Hi, my name is Anushree Nair, and today I'll be talking about red wolves, who have been recently labeled as an endangered species on the brink of extinction. Canis rufus is a scientific name for these wolves. Repeatedly, they've been announced as America's rarest wolf, and that's due to the fact that there are only 50 to 75 left in the wild, and that's mostly in North Carolina. The failure to investigate how to recover the red wolf population has led to this massive decline. Let's take a look at their structure, shall we? Contrary to popular opinion, red wolves are different from gray wolves and coyotes. As you can see in this diagram, they are slightly bigger in size than coyotes, but are smaller than gray wolves. Their average size is around 4 feet long, and their width is 28 inches from the shoulder. They can weigh about 45 to 80 pounds. More specifically, males weigh 60 pounds, while females weigh around 50 pounds. Red wolves are obviously carnivores, and so they tend to prey on small mammals such as rabbits, rodents, insects, squirrels, muskrats, nutria, and occasionally white-tailed deer, if they get lucky. They will also tend to go to great lengths to get their prey, and they travel up to 20 miles with their entire pack or alone if they have to. Habitat. This is what gets interesting because there's a lot of problems associated in where the red wolves should be living and where they're living now. According to past studies and scientific investigations conducted across the country and globe, red wolves live in forests, swamps, and coastal prairies. However, this is not true anymore as their homes are continuously being destroyed. Red wolves were originally scattered throughout the southeast, especially in Texas, as you can see in the diagram above, and their population would range from the Atlantic to the Gulf coasts, and that's pretty impressive. They were also frequent north to the Ohio River Valley near central Pennsylvania. Recently, records have shown that their population of red wolves in these areas are declining due to increased environmental degradation and human interaction. However, they are now only found in eastern North Carolina at the Albemarle Peninsula, and this is because the federal government started releasing most captive-bred red wolves on North Carolina's Albemarle Peninsula. Their main goal was to increase the red wolf population to 220 after breeding packs were fully able to establish themselves. Another reason for the government to take this action was to completely remove red wolf from private lands and state so that they wouldn't be legally hunted as animals such as coyotes usually are. After this occurred, the Federal Fish and Wildlife Service Agency also requested the government to declare red wolves as extinct in the wild. Now, you may be thinking, wait, how did red wolves become endangered in the first place? What was the root cause for this problem? Because it was a problem and still is. Well, to start with, coyotes started to move into habitat range, which was formerly occupied by red wolves. And I'm sure you can guess what happened next. Coyotes started acting as the reintroduced wolves and competed with red wolves for resources. However, even though coyotes weren't a direct threat to red wolves and their territorial lands, potential interbreeding between the two created what locals called super coyotes. Unfortunately, this posed as a huge crisis because it severely endangered the red wolf population, which was and still is a fairly unique species. Now, you must be asking, why is interbreeding such a big deal? Well, when you have a population this small and isolated, it's better for the animals to have an availability of mates of their own species so that they can increase animals of their own kind. Sadly, there's more than one cause for the declining red wolf population. Human interaction is one of them. Like always, humans go off and destroy everything good in the world for the sake of building new homes and buildings. Well, a similar instance occurred here because habitat fragmentation is what happened. It caused several red wolves to lose their homes and resources, both of which they cannot live without. Also, rash killing caused large numbers of deaths among the population. For example, in 2013, 6 red wolves were shot dead, and that's only in October to November. And human interaction isn't everything. Climate change also plays an influential role because since the Albemarle Peninsula is only 3 feet above sea level, any amount of rising in sea levels could become an issue for these poor animals. Human interaction such as habitat fragmentation and rash killing of red wolves is huge because for a population of 100 animals, any amount of decline in their population can impact them severely. Now, these pictures may be graphic or disturbing, but so are the atrocities occurred to these animals. Right now, you're probably wondering, okay, red wolves are going extinct, so why should I care? Red wolves keep the ecosystem balanced and the number of prey in check by maintaining the health of the ecosystem. They control prey populations so that smaller prey will not go completely out of control and deplete nutrients for other organisms. Also, although this hasn't been scientifically proven yet, many experts believe that by eating nutria, red wolves reduce damage to crops and other human activities. So that's why you should care. This seems like a big problem, I know, but there are solutions. For starters, giving red wolves the advantage to increase their population can be a huge step. Also, decreasing the competition between red wolves and coyotes by lowering the coyote population will also work. There has been a lot done to prevent further decrease in red wolf populations. One example can be the establishment of the Red Wolf Recovery Plan created in 1973. Unfortunately, it wasn't successful enough because red wolves were declared extinct in the wild around 1980. By then, only a few remained in captivity. Later on, however, the Endangered Wolf Center became the first center to breed red wolves in captivity. The Endangered Wolf Center has quite a bit of special history tied around it, as Brindled Hope became the first red wolf to be reintroduced into the wild at the Alligator River National Wildlife Refuge in North Carolina. Also, wolves have started reproducing outside the captive breeding program, which is also progress. Moreover, on July 26, 2013, coyote hunting became authorized during the day and night, which is specially designed for red wolf recovery. However, the population control is maintained by some hunting and human interference so that the red wolf population doesn't go out of control. Although red wolves are not originally from North Carolina, its declining numbers is still a local problem. So, any change starts with the people of North Carolina. We should spread awareness to homeowners on preventing the shooting of wolves and destructing their habitats. We can also adopt a pack of wolves by visiting www.endangeredwolfcenter.com for more information. Finally, gun control is huge, not only for the shooting of red wolves, but also other animals in the ecosystem, because that could systematically affect red wolves, causing the food web to get disrupted, and that in turn could affect humans. To further understand the sensitivity of this issue, look under your seats. Take the card hanging from your seat. It will either say endangered red wolf, coyote, or gray wolf. Check with what your table mates have and accordingly discuss how this could affect the future population of the red wolves. For example, if you have more coyotes or gray wolves than red wolves, it means that your population is going to die out. If it's the other way around, congratulations, you have a chance to survive.